contributing to that. You ready for our children's message?
I am.
You ready for our children's message? Have we got children? You know what? One of the things that I think I want to do before you do the children's message, you know we've got one of our very own today who's not only going to do the children's message, but he's going to give us the message today. So if you children don't mind, do you mind if I introduce Bobby Shropshire to everyone? I want to just tell you a little bit about Bobby. I asked Bobby to share with me a little of his background and his history. And of course, given Bobby's humor, he sent me some really good stuff. But I just wanted to say that not only do we have a talent and a shining star, but this shining star started when he was 12 or 13 years old. That's why I wanted to do this at the children's message. And from what I'm told, he used to watch the Beatles on TV. And the day that the Beatles appeared, that Sunday on Ed Sullivan, every kid in the world went out and got a guitar for the next day. This one did. But he didn't quit. And then his influences over the years were from the country shows that played on Saturday afternoon. And he liked Flat Scruggs and Bill Anderson and the Wilburn Brothers and Porter Wagner. And then, of course, like many of us, he listened to rock and roll on the radio. And he loved the Coasters, the Platters, Little Richard, and Chuck Berry. So that's what you see. You've got that wonderful mix when we have Bobby. He was the other half of the duo of Stringwood with Ed Torres.
We played the beer joint that
Absolutely. And we had some of Ed's music last week, so thank you very much. And his fantasy jam would have been with Leon Russell. And y'all know, shine the light. And
fantasy jam.
And then in his more than 30-year career, Bobby has played in almost every venue possible. And as he shared last night as well. And then he's best known in this area for his 15 seasons working with the Carolina Opry and the Alabama Theater. And then he tells me, although he's been a lifelong student of philosophy, religion, and spirituality, and mysticism, he holds no titles, certificates, or spiritual credentials, and flatly rejects all claims of all who do. Therefore, we have a disclaimer. Unity Myrtle Beach accepts no responsibility for any riots, lightning strikes, attacks, or angry villagers armed with torches and pitchforks that may occur because of his appearance today. And I like it because he's a Libra and he likes to walk on the beach. So I want us to give Bobby a welcome.
Thank you so much for those kind words, Cora. I really wish you would have let me hide behind the piano while you were doing it. I'm glowing a little red. It's good to see you guys. I don't know you. What's your name? Lance and Alex. And of course, we all know Elijah. I've watched you grow up, son. We ain't never had that much hang time, but I really enjoyed watching your development over the years. I want to tell you guys a story, something that happened to me, and I want to see what y'all think about it. I performed a miracle the other day. It's true. I was in Walmart. That's a miracle right there. But I was looking for a little piece of PVC pipe. You know what that is? That little plastic pipe that you fix, under the sink, And they make a million different connections. Everything's all different sizes, all different angles, all different shapes. And I looked, and there's a shelf there. And I looked in every single box on that shelf. I'm digging down to the bottom of every single box on that shelf, and they did not have what I want. I could buy a bag of 10 of them, but I couldn't buy just one. And I turned around to the lady there, with a little smock on, and she, I asked her about it, and she gave me that look that people who work in stores will give you, like, all my troubles, and you won't be to worry about a piece of PVC pipe. She shrugged her shoulders and went on. And when I turned back around, right beside that box that held the packs of 10, right inside, right beside it, there was the very thing I needed. I manifested that PVC pipe. I performed a miracle. It was not there. I turned around, I turned back, and it was. And I'm just wondering, do you believe that? Do you believe that was a miracle?
Yes.
You do. You believe it was a miracle?
They're props.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. If somebody was skeptical of whether or not it was a miracle, what do you suppose they might say? If they didn't think so.
You just didn't see it. There you go.
Just didn't see it.
Didn't have your glasses.
It could be. It could have been. It could have been that I just didn't see it. But I think it was a miracle. If you didn't think it was a miracle, but I did, could we still be friends? Could we still be pals? It wouldn't bother you if you thought it was a miracle and I didn't. It wouldn't make you mad. If I thought it was and you didn't, it wouldn't make you mad. Awesome. This is great. That's really all I've got to tell you guys. We don't have to believe the same thing to be friends. We don't have to believe the same thing to love one another. And you guys can go downstairs or stay up here and listen to me. I don't mind. Before y'all go, give it up for this guy. He has been the only kid. We are so very glad to have you guys with us today. But this guy here, for just about 3 Sundays out of 4 for the last, 10 years or so, he's been the only kid up here. And if I'm the last guy in the world you ever want to take career advice from, but and they probably ain't no money in it. But if you ever do decide to become a Unity Miracle minister, I think you'll do well. You guys do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, we got to bless them. We got to bless these children.
And you guys hold your hands up and you bless everyone back.
Bless everyone back. You guys are standing in, you are representing all the children of the world. It's a big responsibility, I know, but you guys are representing all the children of the world. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ in you, and we love you exactly the way you are.
Thank you so very much, Bobby and children.
Tom, could you turn the guitar up just a little bit? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Sometimes I believe, and other times I don't. He leads me by still waters, but he cannot make me drink. But the Lord is still my shepherd. It don't matter what I think. And sometimes I can find the comfort in the rod and staff. And then I look around and I'm bowed down again to the golden calf. till he prepareth me a table before my enemy. Cause the Lord is still my shepherd, even if I don't believe. Because under my own power I would never last a day, and using my own judgment I'd be sure to lose my way and wander lost and aimless down these corridors of time. But the Lord remains eternal, all that changes is my mind. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and the road is steep and rocky, and I cannot catch my breath, surely goodness and mercy follow everywhere I go. Lord is still my shepherd, and that's all I really know. The Lord is still my shepherd, and that's all I need to know. Thank you. While I'm changing microphones and everything, I'm going to ask everybody to do a little breathing exercise here, if you would. Just everybody get comfortable. Take a big breath in through your nose. Blow it out like candle on a birthday cake. Do that a couple times. One another big breath through your nose and blow it out in a big silent ha. And now, I want you to forget about your breathing. You've been breathing since the day you were born, all by itself, and without trying to control it, without trying to make anything happen. Let your breath come naturally, and just listen to it. Feel it as it comes in and out of your body. Just try to be quiet. Try to listen to your breath. Try to be quiet enough to see if you can hear your heartbeat. Just pretend, like when you were kids and used to play like. Just play like you can hear your heartbeat. Play like you can feel. Pretend you can feel the blood rushing through your body. Listen to your body. You don't have many nerve cells in your bones, but there are a few. If you get quiet enough, what do your bones feel like? Pretend you can feel your bones. Just imagine the bones on the very tips of your fingers. And just feel them unclench. Feel the tendons grow slack. Feel the muscles relax. Feel the ligaments ease a little bit. And feel that relaxation run up through your wrists, through your elbows, through your toes, through your ankles, your knees, your hips, your shoulders. And I want you to think about your spine. Think about the very tip of your spine, your tailbone, where your tail would be if you had one. Well, you do. It's a tiny little bone there at the very bottom of your spine. And I want you to imagine that it just opens up and just glows with a brilliant red light. And as you keep breathing, the energy that's generating this brilliant red light moves up through your spine, through your pelvis, to the very spot where your spine meets your pelvis, the bone that your spine rests on. And imagine that that lights up and glows orange. Orange is carrots, orange is pumpkins. And with each breath, just imagine that that energy rises up to a spot between your navel and your breastbone, your solar plexus, and imagine that glowing yellow. And I want you all to feel free to let your mind wander as my voice drones on. Because what we're trying to do is to get quiet, to get still. But for those of you that would like to be guided, we will continue and just keep on breathing and imagine that with each breath, each individual vertebrae just spontaneously, naturally slides into its perfect location to let that energy rise up into your heart. On Valentine's Day, we think of hearts as being pink. But in this exercise, we're going to imagine it being green. Imagine your heart opening up with an emerald green light. And as you keep breathing, feel your vertebrae. Feel each individual vertebrae sliding comfortably, spontaneously into place. Up to the spot where your neck rests on your shoulders, and imagine that it glows blue. Deep, deep sapphire blue. And as you keep breathing, the energy keeps rising. Imagine that it comes up to the spot where your skull sits at the top of your spine. And imagine that that glows purple. And that the purple glow shines right straight through your skull and glows out in a spot right in the middle of your forehead, right between your eyebrows. And now, imagine your fontanelle, the soft spot in your head when you were a baby. And just imagine, just pretend, just play like it opens up and it shines with a brilliant, brilliant white light that spreads out in all directions. The ancient people called it a flower with 1,000 petals. And imagine these 1,000 petals of this brilliant white flower that connects you with everything, with the entire universe, with all of creation. And now, turn this picture over, because the light is not shining out of you, the light is shining into you. The connection with all the creation is where you come from. And all the other colors, all the other parts of your life are generated by the rainbow of your body and your mind. Because what you truly are is brilliant white light. And now let's just, for just a second, let's just listen to our breath. And as we bring the lights back up, everybody take another deep breath, stretch a little bit, wiggle around in your chair, turn to somebody and smile, tell them you're glad they're here. And I am very glad that each and every one of you are here. As I look around this congregation, and I see so many faces that I can honestly and truly say that I love. This church has meant so much to me for so long. And I am so honored and thrilled and terrified to be here with us. I have not had this kind of stage fright in a long, long time. I almost didn't make it here this morning. I really didn't. I had a terrible accident. I was getting ready to come to church, and I was getting all spiffed up. I wanted to look nice. I went to put a little toilet water behind my ear, and the lid fell down, hit me right in the back of the head. It knocked me unconscious. They finally brought me to, That didn't work. They had to bring me another one, but that didn't check. Ever since then, I've been seeing spots in front of my eyes. People keep asking me if I've seen a doctor. So far, it's just been spots. I did see a psychiatrist one time. He told me he thought I was crazy. I told him I wanted a second opinion. He said, okay, I think you ugly too. He's a smart man. Smart man. I sat in his office one day. His secretary came running in. She said, Doctor, there's a man out in the waiting room that thinks he's invisible. He said, tell him I can't see him right now. He hooked me up with this counselor that I've been seeing. I've been going to the same counselor for 15 years now, 3 times a week, $150 a pop. Worth it though. Such a great listener. I'll tell him everything. I'll tell him all of my hopes and wishes, all my fears and anxiety, all my dreams and fantasies. I'll tell him everything. And the other night, he said something to me that just brought tears to my eyes. He said, no hablo inglés. I could keep this up all day, but I think I'd probably better stop right now and apologize to anybody that didn't get the memo that Margaret wasn't going to be here. I can only imagine how shocked an apology must be. I looked at the website that said, that I was going to be here this morning, and it described me as a scholar and a philosopher. I vehemently deny these scurrilous accusations. But I think I might be just a little bit psychic. I think I might be psychic because I know what you're thinking, and you are exactly right. I am indeed the least qualified person that has ever stood in front of this congregation. I am not certified, licensed, bonded, ordained, recognized, or tolerated by any religion, denomination, sex, cult, or civic organization. I'm up here all by myself. Ain't nothing I say. Ain't nobody gonna back me up on none of it. But I do have a couple of ideas that I would like to share with you this morning. They're not my ideas. I ain't never had an idea. Not many people ever do. That's a rare thing. For somebody to actually have an idea, to really think about something that nobody else has ever thought of before, boy, that's got to be better than any ride at Universal. I hope that I live long enough to do that. That's definitely on the bucket list. But I sure ain't done it yet. I guess I could cheat. I mean, technically speaking, I'm pretty sure that nobody in the history of the world has ever thought about the pimple that was on my butt when I woke up this morning until now. You're welcome. But speaking of the bucket list, speaking of my bucket list, I'm right on the verge of checking something off that has been on there for my entire life. Probably get it done tomorrow, the day after. Almost there. You see, I grew up. My family was fundamentalists. We were in church every time them doors was locked. And I was studying the Bible before I could walk. I didn't get that one myself. But I've been studying the Bible since before I could walk. I pretty much covered everything by the time I was grown. I knew all the stories. I could tell Nehemiah from Nebuchadnezzar. I had it pretty well figured out. But it was all piecemeal. It was all a chapter here, a verse there, a story, And I decided at a very, very young age that someday I was just going to sit down, start at page 1, Genesis, read back straight through Revelations, just like any other book. I am on 2 Timothy. I should finish up, like I say, tomorrow. But I want you to think about this for a minute. I was a fundamentalist. For all my childhood and way on up into my adulthood, I was taught and I believed that this book was sacred. I did cheat a little bit, though. I did cheat just a little bit. I read the contemporary English version. I saw a bumper sticker one time that said, "If it ain't King James, it ain't Bible." So my bucket list will have an asterisk beside it. But I was raised to believe that this book was holy and sacred, and I still feel that way. I have not changed my mind about that. But I was raised to believe that this book was magic. I was raised to believe that it was miraculous. I was raised to believe that it was of supernatural origin. I believe that this was the word of God straight out of his mouth. This is what the creator of the universe wanted me to know badly enough that he had it written down. And I decided that someday, when I got time, I was going to read it. Sometimes you just want to reach back through the years and just smack yourself. What do you think? If we do have any fundamentalists with us today, you have no quarrel with me. I love you. You are welcome here. The last thing in the world I would ever want to do is get involved in some kind of a back and forth, I'm right, you're wrong discussion about, is the Bible true? What a fruitless conversation that is. You see it all the time. Archaeologists will dig up something in the Middle East and they'll decide that it's King Solomon's bedpan and the Bible's true. And then somebody else will say, well, they found the ruins of Troy right exactly where Homer said it was, so that proves that the Iliad is true, and that Achilles could only be killed with an arrow in his heel, and that Zeus fought for the Athenians and Poseidon fought for the Trojans, right? What a waste of time. What a terrible, terrible waste. I do not want to be just one more stooge in that pie fight. I do not. The wisest thing I ever heard, we were sitting at the book circle downstairs. If y'all don't come to the Sunday morning book circle or the Wednesday Monday book circle, you're missing a real treat. Some of the greatest times I've ever had. But we were down there, and this lady came in, and for whatever reason, she was peppering us with all these theological questions. What do you think about the transmigration of souls? How about free will versus predetermination? What about the transubstantiation of the host? We didn't know how to respond to that. And one of my deepest and most profound spiritual teachers, Sandy Hansen, she's not here today, but she finally said, well, I don't know anything about all of that stuff, but I believe the way we do it around here is that you're free to believe whatever you think is true, and we're going to love you anyway. And I hope we can do that. This word truth is kind of slippery in that. I'm going to tell you a true story. This is absolutely true. I got witnesses. I got documentation. I saw it with my own eyes. It really did happen. Yesterday morning, I got up, had me a cup of coffee, fed the cat, went out to the mailbox. Happened just like that. Every word is fact. Here's another story that is not true. This is a myth. This is a legend. This is a fable. This is a lie. It did not happen. It never could happen. It never will happen. There never was no turtle that got into a race with no dad. You could make a race, I guess, if you set the tails on fire, but they did not ever decide to have a race. You know the story. Everybody knows this story. The rabbit thought he had it in the bag, took a nap, turtle kept on plugging, won the race. This story is true on several levels. If you're a rabbity type of a person, if you have a great deal of natural talent and no discipline, this is a warning. This is a cautionary tale. You better not take no nap until you cross the finish line. If you're a turtley type of a person, if you don't have any great natural gifts, but you are willing to work hard and keep at it, this is a motivational tale. This is inspirational. If you keep plugging along, you're liable to win. This story, this fable, this lie is true on a level that the epic saga of my heroic journey to the mailbox is not. And in that sense, I want to tell y'all a story from the Bible and maybe try to think about what it means. I think that is a much more useful question to ask, whether you read the Bible, the Quran, the Mahabharata, or Pogo Possum. It's much more useful to ask, rather than did it really happen, what does it mean? So, you all know this story from the Bible. It's in Exodus. I think there's a shorter version in Deuteronomy and maybe again in Chronicles. But it's right after the Hebrew children have been released from bondage. They have seen all these miracles, the river turned to blood, the Red Sea parted, and Pharaoh's army got drowned. Moses is up on the mountain right now talking face to face with God. Times are good for the Hebrew children. And so Aaron, Moses' brother, God's duly appointed priest, he says, man, we've got to worship. We've got to sacrifice. We've got to give thanks and praise to our God. And the way he decides to do it is to build this golden calf. And very much like the kids stood in for the children of the world, the golden calf was going to receive the praise and blessings from God. Of course, you know the rest of the story. Moses comes down off the mountain. He says, man, I ain't even come down the hill yet, and y'all already broke the second one on the list. What is the matter with you people? God is so angry that's why they wander 40 years in the wilderness. God says, I'm talking, when I say God, I'm talking about the character in the book. I don't know any more about the actual God than you do. Don't listen to me about that. I'm talking about the character in the book. He is so angry, he says, just for that, y'all gonna wander in the wilderness for 40 years. When every one of y'all is dead, then I will lead your children into the promised land. But just for that, ain't none of y'all going. God is really upset about this graven image. You listen to preachers nowadays, you think God don't really care too much about nothing but sex. I mean, thou shalt not steal. Well, all you're doing is skimming a little off the top of water. That ain't no big deal. It's when you get home in the bedroom, that's when you start sinning, right? But no, God is really, really upset about these graven images. All through the Old Testament, every time he punishes his chosen people, it's over the graven images. Here's where the story gets a little weird. A little bit later, God sends down a plague of fiery serpents to bite and kill and torment his chosen people. Kills thousands of them. Moses prays for forgiveness. And God says, okay, I'm going to end the plague. What you need to do, erect a bronze serpent. And anybody that looks at the serpent will be cured. What? What's the difference between a golden calf and a bronze serpent? They're both, what's the deal? And, I looked it up, by which I meant I Googled it. I looked on Wikipedia. And the common answer that I kept running into was that the serpent, even though it was a magical object and it was infused with the power of God, it wasn't nothing but a statue of a snake. The golden calf was intended to be a picture of God. Reminds me of one of my favorite stories that Margaret tells. I love this story about this beautiful little child, this little curly-headed girl, about 4 years old. She sits down at the kitchen table with her crayon, and she says, I'm going to draw a picture of God. And her mama says, honey, nobody knows what God looks like. And the kid says, you will in a minute. Y'all are laughing. That child just broke the second commandment. That child's going straight out. Y'all are laughing. kind of monsters are you people? The God of Abraham, the God of Moses, really does not want his picture taken. He don't. So, where does this lead us? I'm going to have to look at my notes. I thought I was off book, but I'm going to have to look at my notes here. And I never thought about that. I never really thought about it. You know, I haven't erected a pole to Astarte in ages. I haven't, you know, sacrificed a bull to Tammuz, and I don't know how long. I hadn't thought about, you know, the second commandment. I thought I had that one covered. But the thing is, why is it that God is so upset about getting his picture taken? And I think if I can do a little cultural appropriation here, I believe that it has a lot to do with what the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu was talking about. He started the religion of Taoism, and the very first verse of the Tao Te Ching said, the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. I don't know if y'all can see it, but you know what it looks like. This little, the yin yang. The yin yang. That's really called the sacred Tao. But it's kind of true. Everything does come out the yin yang. It really does. Because this is a picture of everything. These two little inverted commas, the black and the white, this is a picture of the universe and how it works. This is a diagram of an idea. This is my favorite pagan idol right here. I love that one. Because what it says is everything that exists is itself because it's not something else. It's hot because it's not cold. It's big because it's not small. It's male because it's not female. Up, down, in, out, left, right. Ones and zeros. Being and nothingness. Existence and non-existence. But you see, the Tao is represented by the blank paper that the symbol is printed on. You can't draw a picture of God. But see, symbols are all we got. Symbols and pictures. When we say we're thinking, all we are really doing is manipulating symbols and pictures in our heads. That's the only tool in the drawer. That is the only tool in the drawer. The written word book is a picture that symbolizes the sound book that I can make with my mouth, which symbolizes the object book, which has no name except what I give it. You can't draw a picture of reality. You can't draw a picture of God. We all have these images in our heads, but they can be brass serpents. They don't have to be golden calves. Whether the image you got of God is a man with the head of an elephant, or a man with the head of a bird, or a six-legged dancer, or a female, or a man on the cross. It's picture. It's picture in your head. It's a picture. It's not God. It is not God. It can be a brass serpent. It can direct you. It can direct you to God. But you're going to find God in the very, very deepest, quietest, stillest chamber of your own heart. Nowhere. Not in a book, not in a church, not in a temple. In the very, very deepest, quietest part of your own heart. And I want to try something right now. If we could, we would go out on a limb here. I'm going to ask everybody, if you would, to please, just bow your head and close your eyes. And I want to ask, the members of our choir, I didn't warn you about this, but if y'all would just right where you're at, if y'all could lead us, and let's all sing, if we could, that old song that we love so much, When I Pray. When I pray, I feel my heart grow deeper, my heart grow deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart grow deeper, my heart grow deeper. And I want you to. And I want you to pray. While we're singing, keep on singing quiet. I want you to notice that we have our prayer chapel over here to the left side of the building. We have our prayer chaplains waiting to pray for you. And if you have a burden, if you have a problem you can't solve, if you have a weight you can't carry, if you have a pain that you can't bear, come on into the chapel and have our chaplains pray with you. They will greet you with love and compassion. They will pray with you. They'll cry with you. If necessary, they'll give you a hug. And with every head bowed and with every eye closed, if you feel like, getting up and walking to the chapel is too big a commitment, if it's too public an act, just raise your hand. Raise your hand and pray with us. I see that hand. Thank you. I see that hand. Because God is in your heart. And God is available to you. You won't see a picture of him, but you will feel his presence. If you'll just open your heart. Open your heart. We think we say open your heart and let him in, but believe me, he's already there. He's already there. Open your heart and feel his presence. And I'm going to close with a quotation from a false religion. I know that this religion is false because it doesn't exist outside of a fictional novel, Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. Some of you probably read it. And in the context of the novel, it is a fake religion because it's made up by this con man. He's only in it for money, so it's deadly false. But here in the novel, they have occasion to have what they call a Baconist, that's the name of the fake religion, Baconist funeral. And I would like to share with you the Baconist funeral rites. You see, God made mud. And God got lonely. And God said to the mud, "Set up and look around. Take a look at this world that I've made. And I am a drop of that mud. I got to set up and look around. I got to see the world that God has made. Nice going, God. I certainly couldn't have done it. And now it's time for this mud to lay back down. But as I do so with joy. I do so with peace. I do so with happiness. Because I got to look around and see the world that God has made. Lucky me. Lucky mud. Namaste.
Thank you, Bobby. That was wonderful. I know all of our hearts are soaring right now. Thank you so very, very much.